Hello everyone, welcome to Shondo's studio, and today I'm just gonna be making an infused drink in my mason jar, and I'm gonna start cutting up some stuff to put in my dehydrator. That looks so much better. Okay, so that's all I'm going to be doing. I got oranges, lemons, apples. I'm going to go the path of least resistance first because, usually things that have seeds and all that other stuff make a whole huge mess. So I'm just going to start. Yeah? Yeah. Alright. How y'all doing today? I hope you're doing great. And if not great, then maybe you are better today than you were yesterday, right? Because that's always good. I rolled the lemons before I cut them just now to soften them up because they were a teensy bit firm. This is obviously the manual way. You could have another lemon squeezer, apple squeezer, where you push it like the garlic press and it squeeze all this stuff out, but this was the fastest thing I could get to, so I could just start. So that's what I'm going to do. There's going to be a lot of clinking and moving and sounds and stuff, so while I'm busy, I hope you get busy too. We could just hang out while we do stuff, or you could watch me do some stuff until it's time to go. Alright? So, I'm going to give y'all a early have a good one. Because, once you get started, you just get started, Alright. Just so you know, these are scallions. I had them in my fridge, but like at the top, kind of like in the back, which is like a good bad place for certain things to be depending on your fridge, and it started to get like frozen, and so I had to take them out because I didn't want that to happen, because sometimes when plants like these get frozen, they get mushy, and I didn't want it to fully get there, but the tips did, but that's okay. I rinsed them off. I let them dry a bit. I'm going to throw them in my dehydrator, probably cut them up once or twice, maybe like 4 times just to get a little smaller, and that'll be that. That's one good thing about like drying out your fruits and vegetables, specifically your green stuff, is that whether they are fresh or dry, to me, because this is my opinion, I'm no expert, it's still good stuff, and I'm saving these because I like to get some of that, whatever you don't get when you squeeze them out, throw it in my tea, and I call it getting all my money. So yes, so you have a little bit of lemon juice, which for something this big might require some more. So again, I rolled myself already, so it's all good. If you can see this, I got mushrooms. I cleaned them already. I'm gonna dehydrate those and cook with some, but I washed them. I'm letting them dry off some. I know some people put them on trays and pat dry with towels and stuff, but that's not how all of these things go in my kitchen. Sometimes it's all aesthetically pleasing, and other times you just do what you usually do, and basically that's what I do. I do what I usually do. So this is not me, like, ooh, it's for the camera. Like, no, this is what it looks like. I will say the only difference is I usually have stuff. I have this here. I have things that I use frequently to use when I'm cooking, and this pot usually has some type of onion or potatoes or something in it. One, because I need my potatoes and onions to be separate, and to remind me that I have them so that they don't go bad because I forgot. That's the other good thing about dehydrators is if you forget and they're not in a state that you like them, you know, or you might not have nothing that you want to make with them right then and there. That's okay. Throw them in dehydrator and you can have them for later. So it's all good. Oh no, I forgot one. I'm talking too much. Alright, so yeah. Sometimes I find the need to fill in the silence, and other times I don't. And because it's just, you know, me and the camera right now, I do. But also because I'm like, if there's questions, I want to make sure that whatever I thought about, if somebody else thought about it, that it's been answered, spoken of, whatever, right? So, all of that. Okay, so now this is done. And you're supposed to go like this, right? That's cute, ain't it? I was like, please don't let the seeds fall, right? Okay, so that's done. Yeah, these are Cara oranges, or Cara oranges. I don't know how you pronounce them. Smells so good. Quick tip, maybe not a tip necessarily, but, and I know like you peel your fruits and you know you put your skin in the garbage, or some people compost, and that's great too. But one thing I found out, and it was also via research, that orange peels take in the smell of the stuff in your garbage, so it makes it smell better. Yeah, yes, right? So usually when I do oranges, I'm not gonna lie, this is serious. I'm definitely telling the truth. When I'm gonna use oranges, I try to get a good amount, which for me a good amount is like 4, 6 of them, or maybe like a whole bag, depending on what they are, aka also how much they cost. So when I put them in my garbage, you know, if I'm gonna do something that like might smell because they're like in there, like fish or something like that, I try to make sure I'm doing orange stuff and I peel it and throw the skins in there. So it's not too bad, you know, before I take it out to the garbage. So yeah, and it's great. Okay. We're doing this again. I washed everything. Like, yeah, I know I'm gonna take the skin off, but I still do it because this still gotta touch my plate, and then that gotta touch that. I probably would have rinsed them again if I didn't do the thing. So it is what it is, but I try to be careful, you know. And that's it. So while I'm getting busy, are you busy? You just hanging out with me? If you are, that's great. If you busy doing stuff too, that's also great. That means we busy together. Just for a couple minutes. Or maybe, you know, you just want to hear the noise of somebody doing something, you know? I'm not gonna lie, I like watching when people cleaning their houses or renovating their stuff or they cooking food and all that. It's great. I'm like, it's not just me, you know? I think the big thing as human beings overall is like, you don't want to feel like you're doing, you're the only one doing a certain something or whatever, you know? And it don't matter that you know mad people. Everybody is not doing or going through the same things you are. So you know, on YouTube itself, or just, you know, the internet period, you're like, oh, I'm not the only one who Googled this. I asked that question, I did that thing. So yeah, it's, I don't know, you're not alone. That's all I'm trying to say, in a well-rounded, big way, right? Okay. So, this is that. I'm gonna put a kiwi in there. I like kiwis. Pretty great. My problem with kiwis, though, is that I prefer to just eat them right away. Which, you know, like, trying to use them for something. On the other hand, I'm like, I just want to eat them. I try to, like, put them in a smoothie and wait for that little crunch of those little delicious seeds in the middle. You know, I thought I put bananas on my list. I didn't get bananas, but we're not going to talk about that right now. I do not like kiwi hair at all. Cute thing about kiwi is you could cut them in half and get a spoon and scoop it out and all that, but yeah. I'm not doing that. The good thing about cutting fruit up and stuff, you know, because otherwise you could just throw the whole orange in there, right? And be like, why you need to cut it up? Because you want to get all those little vulnerable spots of the stuff that you put in there. And then when you get to the end of it, you get to eat it. Or you eat it as you drink from it, right? So, 2 for 1. Oh, that didn't work out. I was like, yeah, we're gonna be doing this, right? Yeah. I usually do this over the sink, but I got stuff over there, and I just didn't want to have to deal with that. So I'm gonna, you know, bare my soul with this thing, because I don't want the skin on here when I do it again, because when I eat the little fruit pieces out of there, I just want them to be all gone. Right? So I don't do editing outside of maybe taking minutes off the end, so you get to see exactly what I go through when I do stuff. Right? And I tried to use the biggest apple I could, and this is the biggest one I had. So I don't know if I'm going to put water or orange juice in there for my drink. I'm thinking orange juice though. Me and one of my sisters used to go to this restaurant around the corner, and they made these amazing fruit smoothies. It was the first time I ever had a smoothie that had fruit and milk in it, and I was like, what are they doing? And they would use either milk or orange juice. Delicious. This is a good time to use this type of tool, because I'm just trying to, you know, get it done. Versus using the core tool. See, big one. Now when you use the core tool, you ain't got to worry about hitting a seed or something like that. But I'm not trying to do all that right now. So which is exactly what happened. I hit a seed area. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a lot of little seeds in there. And then when I use the core tool, I core from the top and the bottom, because what happens is when you're doing these things, sometimes it look like it's straight from top to bottom, but you can't tell the seeds what to do, right? So if you core from the top and the bottom, you kind of hit all those areas that got those firm areas where the seeds are right there, and then you could get all that hard stuff out. So I'm going to take off these little bits right here, because again, I didn't get those little pieces that I wanted to get. This is a good example. So now I have 2 lemons, I have 2 Cara oranges, 2 kiwis, 1 big apple. So I'm going to add water. I use the Essentia water. And just fill it on up. And this is a half-gallon mason jar, half-gallon ball mason jar. And I filled it up to right here, so you can see, right, all that is there. And that is most of the 1-quart bottle, right? You can see that. That's all that's left out of the whole thing, to fill it up basically to the top. So I'm not technically fermenting or anything like that. I'm just infused water that I can, you know, get a straw, drink from, or whatever. Actually, the best thing about one of these is that sometimes you could find a thing like this, and they come with little plastic seals that you can put underneath something like this, so that when you can them, preserve, or whatever, it keeps the air out of here. And I just remembered that that's what I wanted to do with this, and it's clean. I washed it beforehand. I just rinsed it off again, and I can literally just put it there and drink from it and just take it with me wherever I go. And boom, I got water, you know? And I just pop the lid, drink, close it, put it away, right? So that's what I did for today. I hope it was cool hanging out with me for a few minutes. And maybe this is something you might want to try or do. And if not, it's all good. We hung out together. Have a good one.